Good morning, friends. Good morning. I hope all of you are fine, right? As all of you know that we already discussed about the crop production and management, right? In that crop production and management, in the first crop production management video, we already discussed about the first agriculture practices, that is the plowing and leveling, means the preparation of the soil. Second agriculture practices we had discussed in our regular lecture, that is selection and sowing of seeds. Third agriculture practices we will discuss today, that is the replenishment of nutrients in the soil. Before to start this replenishment of nutrients in the soil, let us discuss about what do you mean by nutrients. As we need a growth, we need to grow, so we need some food, okay? That are the nutrients we are taken. So similarly, plants take the nutrients from the soil for the growth and development. How they will get the nutrients from the soil? How they will obtain this? There are two different ways for obtaining the nutrients in the soil. Number one, that is the natural way. Number one is the natural way, and number two, that is the manures and fertilizers. Right? What do you mean by the natural way? How naturally the nutrients will occur in the soil? There are three different ways. Natural ways mean we will understand the three different ways. Number one is called fallowing, and number two, that is called crop rotation, and number three, mixed cropping. There are the three different ways. It's not given in your book in the form of the headings. Everything is given but not in the form of heading. So we will discuss the three different natural ways we will discuss. One is fallowing, second is crop rotation, third one is mixed cropping. What do you mean by the fallowing? Right? That means the field is left uncultivated for a season or more. Means you will leave the field. You will leave the field for a year. Fallowing means leave the field uncultivated for a season. For one season you will leave the field as it is, so that it will automatically get the nutrients from the soil, from the atmosphere, from the soil. The field is again healthy. This is the simple way, right? Second is the crop rotation. All of you are very much familiar with the crop rotation. All of you are familiar. Crop rotation, that means rotation means rotate. When we are rotating something, that is the crop. So in the same way, crop rotation means when we are rotating the crops. Rotating the crops means as first year we are growing or sowing the seeds of wheat, right? They will use all the nutrients from the soil. Then how the soil will again get nutrients? We will grow, next year we will grow the another crop that helps to replenishment in the soil. That is pea, leguminous crops. That is, you are familiar that pea or the leguminous crops, what they will do in their root nodules, there is roots, they are having the nodules in which rhizobium bacteria live. What that rhizobium bacteria will do? Rhizobium bacteria will absorb all the nutrients from the soil and give it to the field, right? So by crop rotation method, 1 year we will grow the wheat, second year we will grow the pea or the leguminous crops, so that the replenishment takes place. That is comes under the crop rotation. That is, you are familiar with the rhizobium bacteria. Third one is called the mixed cropping. What do you mean by the mixed cropping? Suppose this is a field, right? In this mixed cropping, what we will do, we will make the 4 rows, right? In this row we will grow the wheat, second we will grow pea, wheat, pea. What it will do? That means the nutrients that are used by the wheat from the soil, pea will give the nutrients to the soil again. Wheat you are using, pea are giving. So by this method, mixed cropping means again the soil will become the healthy by getting the nutrients in the soil. Peas are absorbing the atmospheric nitrogen and they are converted into the nitrates and again replenish the soil. These are the 3 different ways by growing or by replenishment of nutrient in the soil by natural way. Fallow, we can leave the field for a season uncultivated. Crop rotation, growing one crop and then next crop and then again the same crop. And mixed cropping, growing 2 or 3 different crops at a same time in the field. I hope this point is clear, right? Third, then we will discuss about manures and fertilizers. We will discuss in detail. One is the natural way, second is the manures and fertilizers. Manures. You are very much familiar with the manures. What do you mean by the manures? Manures are the natural compost. Okay, manures are compost that is prepared by decomposition of plants and animals. The waste that are decomposed, that is animal कह सकते हैं excreta, we can say feces, these are decomposed, dry leaves, all these are decomposed and converted into the manures. So what do you mean by manures? These are prepared by decomposition of plants and animal wastes like feces, excreta, leaves, all these dead plants and animals, they are converted into the manures, right? These are called, comes under the compost. Manures comes under the compost. This is called compost. This is compost, right? This is very good. Like, no doubt it will help to replenish the nutrients in the soil. But these are, you can say, less. These are not fulfill the requirement of NPK. I am writing here NPK. N means nitrogen, P means phosphorus, and K means potassium. Don't go with the name K, that is derived from the kalium word, but its name is called potassium. No doubt compost is very good for the fulfilling of the requirements, but these are not sufficient. They are not fulfilled sufficient requirement of NPK, that is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. So we are having some another way. In the one way, manure is done by the compost, and in the same way manures are done by the green manure. What do you mean by the green manure, right? What do you mean by green manure? That is, some crops like sun hemp or sesbania are grown in the field. Some crops like sun hemp, it's not given in your book, sun hemp or sesbania grows before sowing the seed. This is the new thing, before sowing the seeds. I am erasing the manure. You can say manures are of two, compost and green manure. In the green manure, some crops like sun hemp or sesbania बोलते हैं, grows before sowing the seeds. Then what we will do, as before growing the seeds, we will grow these plants, and after that when the young saplings will be developed, then we will plow it, right? हम उसके बाद क्या करते हैं, then plowing, and these small plants decomposed and give nutrients to the soil. This is the one easiest method. So these are very rich, so we will grow these type of the crops to fulfill the requirement of the nutrients in the soil. This is what about the manures. Now the another way, that is the fertilizers. Now fertilizers, before going to discuss about the manures and fertilizers, what I am going to do, I am writing the difference between the manures and fertilizers. Difference between manures and fertilizers. So this concept will be more clear, right? Right here, manure and fertilizers. These differences points are given in your book. 3 or 4 points are given, but we will write down the 1 or more 2 points with the help of parameters. All of you know we have to write down the parameters, right? Parameters, manures, fertilizers. I am just writing it over there, might be it's not visible. Parameters, manures and fertilizers, right? Now what are the main differences between the manures and fertilizers? We will write down under the heading that are parameters. Number 1, that is preparation, nature. You can say first point, nature. Manures, these are organic. Manures are organic substances. It's given in your book. These are inorganic, right? Second is preparation, right? Preparation means these are prepared in the field. Preparation, prepared in the field. These are man-made or prepared in the factories, right? Third is humus. Add humus to the soil. I am not writing in detail because already it's given in your book. Add humus to the soil. Not add humus to the soil. They are not adding the humus to the soil. Fourth point, we will discuss nutrients. Less nutrients, more nutrients. Right? Fifth point, nutrients, and after that fifth point, यहाँ आप ये कह सकते हो less nutrients like NPK and more nutrients like NPK, because these are fertilizers. These are prepared in the factories. Now the fifth point, that is cost. Less costly या less expensive. These are costly. Right? Sixth point, example you can say, we can also add one more point. These are biodegradable, these are non-biodegradable. Right? Example you can write down in the manures, you will write down the sun hemp or sesbania, as I told you earlier. Sun hemp or sesbania. And here you can write down example of urea and potash. So these are the differences between the manures and fertilizers. It's given in your book also. It's given in your book. Now the next topic we will discuss about the advantages of manures over fertilizers. I am not writing it, just try to understand. I am writing here the question that is also given in your book. Advantages of manures over fertilizers. The question can come like this. The question can come like this, ki what are the different advantages of the manure? You have to explain it. Like, what are the advantages of manures? So the differences point that we had discussed, we will discuss about the advantages of manures over fertilizers. That these are organic substances, we can prepare it, these are less costly, we can prepare it at our homes, in our fields. These are gives to the humus to the soil. These will having the like sun hump ho gaya. Other points, but we will discuss about this. It makes the soil porous, which exchange the gases easily, increase the number of soil. Microbes increases karte hain, right? Do not expensive, can easily be prepared, do not cause water pollution. As I told you, we can write down the one or difference, more difference we can write. These are biodegradable and these are non-biodegradable. So we can write this also. Otherwise, it's given in your book. Biodegradable, they will not cause any kind of the water pollution when they will be washed with the rainwater, but they will cause the pollution, they will cause water pollution, as these are non-biodegradable. So we have to use less fertilizers in this. So these two questions are given in your book in a very proper way, so you can learn it from there, right? In the next video, we will discuss about the next agriculture practices, right? Again, I am telling it to you, first video, first practices, second we had discussed in the regular class, third practices we had discussed, and in the next lecture we will discuss about the next practices, right? Thank you.